This is Chief. After 1 year, I watched my last video and it was on July 4th of 2019. I have been requested to start this series up again by some relatives because they want to hear my story, and some of them did not have an immediate military member in their family, so I am. So I reviewed my last video. It's the only time I've ever watched any of my videos. I generally make these and I don't watch them. Why? Because I just don't want to watch them, because I'm like, oh, I made a mistake here, made a mistake here. I don't care. That's the way I am. I make mistakes. So I said that I was going to travel to Fort Devens, Massachusetts. And yes, I'm chuckling because I got a funny story, because this is the dumbest day in my military career. As I stated previously, we graduated like the second week of December, way back in 1985. I had a report date of 2nd or 3rd of January to Fort Devens, Massachusetts. Now, I said we had members in my company from all over, to include an Eskimo. Well, I remember them taking us down to the travel, but like I said, 2/3 of my company was reservists and they were going to come right back there, and a lot of them lived in the immediate area. So this is the only time in my military career, I'm still scratching my head, I don't remember getting funds to get me from Fort Devens, or from Fort Dix to Fort Devens. I remember purchasing my ticket because it was Christmas break and we all went home. We had to help chip in money for the Eskimo because he was flying all the way back up to Alaska to be with his family for his 2 weeks or 3 weeks, however long we had, and get back home. So I don't remember getting any bus ticket or anything to get me from, like I said, from Fort Dix to Fort Devens. I remember coordinating with my spouse at that time to get me home and to get me back to Boston, close enough to Fort Devens. And we were told that we had to report in Class A's. So, like I said, went home for Christmas, came, spent my 2 to 3 weeks, and this is back when you could travel and your family could go to the gate. They could see you off going down the ramp to get onto the plane and wave to you from the window and see you off. So this is how long ago that was. So maybe people don't even know that you could do that back then. So we woke up early. I think I had like a mid-morning flight, but of course we still had to be there a little bit earlier. This is the Denver area. So me and my spouse, we woke up. We decided that, hey, let's get some McDonald's on the way. Well, I always carried my wallet in my right back pocket, and I put my wallet in my right back pocket of my Class A's, because like I said, I had to report in those. So 1 day flight, get there. Still hasn't dawned on me how I'm getting from Boston to Fort Devens. No bus ticket, no taxi, no train ride. Of course, I didn't know about the train until after I reported. It hasn't dawned on me yet. So we ordered breakfast, and I put my wallet and I put it on the armrest, because we had an armrest between the two front seats of my vehicle. It sat there. Now remember that. So we get to the airport, we get out of the vehicle, I throw on my coat over my Class A's, I straighten myself up, put on my hat, and had the old service cap. Has another name, I can't mention it here. And got my luggage. We got into the airport, showed him my ticket. Yes, okay. We went to the gate, got on the plane. Still hasn't dawned on me now. I left my wallet in the car. I still don't know how I'm getting from to Fort Devens from Boston yet. Hasn't dawned on me yet. So I get on the plane, and of course with the 2-hour time difference, but it's in a 3-hour flight. It's about mid-afternoon by the time I land. Still not thinking, how am I getting to Fort Devens? I look back on it now, this is the dumbest day ever. After traveling for 28 years after that, it's like, it's always coordinated. This time it wasn't. So I was getting my luggage after landing. Still hasn't dawned on me how I'm getting to Fort Devens from Boston. got my luggage. It dawned on me. How am I getting to Fort Devens? I stood there for a couple seconds. Hey, soldier. Turned my head. Yes, sir. Where are you headed? I'm going to Fort Devens. Would you like a ride? Thank you. Finally got away to Fort Devens. Remember where my wallet is. So we chit-chat a little bit on the ride there. And of course this is back before, all the threat cons. So we were at Alpha, if it even existed at that time, so there was no gate guards. We got through the gate, they asked me where I was going. I was a brand new AIT student, advanced individual training. They're like, okay, we know exactly what building to take you to. They didn't even really I think they introduced themselves both as sergeants, but I never saw them ever again. I didn't see them going through my AIT there or any other function while I was there. So they dropped me off at the building. And they say, okay, you just got to go report right in there. That's your battalion headquarters. So, grab my duffel bag, because that's all I had, duffel bag with all my military gear. I didn't have any personal stuff at that time. And it was a Friday, I do believe. So now it's about Friday evening, almost time for chow. Walk inside. There's a soldier sitting behind a desk. Can I help you? Yes, I'm here to report for school. Okay, come over here. Need a copy of your orders. Need a copy of this. Show me your ID tags and your ID card. Reach. Oh, got a problem with my identification card. It's in Colorado. Oh, that's okay. You got your dog tags on, you got your orders, you're not impersonating anybody. However, I don't know what you're going to be able to do over the weekend, but that's up to your platoon sergeant. So he said, just bring it in Monday. And I'm like, okay. Not thinking that, okay, back then Postal Service really didn't work on Saturday, let alone Sunday. And this is Friday evening, so by the time I called, my spouse is like, yeah, I found it as soon as I got home or as soon as I got back in the car after seeing you off at the airport. And I said, well, get it into express mail, which back then was the overnight service, about the only one that existed at that time. But of course she couldn't do that till Monday, meaning Tuesday I'd finally get my identification card. So like I said, he in-processed me, took all the important papers that he needed. All I had to do was just walk right across the street. There was my building, reported to there, orderly was there, they assigned me a room. Again, we need to see your identification card, blah, 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 story. Like I said, dumbest day in my military career. I took it out, paid for, didn't put it back like a dummy. So I reported to Fort Devens, Massachusetts. What a place. I had a wonderful time there. I'm really not going to talk much about my AIT. I just wanted to talk about my dumbest day in the military. Had a good laugh, and of course everybody wanted to see my ID card on Monday, but of course Monday was when she mailed it, and then Tuesday I finally got it. And of course she mailed it straight to the company, so they've gotten it. I don't know what else to talk about today. I'll talk about in-processing and everything else probably next week. Like I said, I have been asked to restart this. My videos are for all ages. I will put that out there. I don't curse. I probably cursed maybe 100 times throughout my military career, and mostly sometimes that was just in anger, because in anger you do let some words slip. So I will keep these clean. I will also not tell too many stories about other individuals, because this is supposed to be my life story, but there will be times like I will think of somebody that did something really stupid. And oh, my cover today, I cleaned house at the start of this year. I went room by room and cleaned everything, to include putting stuff away. And I don't think I put it back in my war chest because it never was in there, but I just can't seem to find my normal cover. So I'll be looking for that this week, because I still got some cleaning up, because I was also stuck in Ukraine for 3 months this year. I went over there for a three-week trip, and 10 days before I was supposed to fly home, they shut down their airport, and then the next day they shut down their border, so I couldn't even drive across the border, couldn't take a train to get out of the country. And maybe I'll talk about that in another video about my lovely Ukraine trip this year and being stuck there for 3 months in a hotel by myself. It was really fun. So this is Chief. I hopefully have my right cover next week. If not, I'll still wear this. And Chief out.